Hi besties, welcome back to Sizzle's Diary. So in today's episode, I'm excited to bring you part of Southern African pap culture. So this dish is not only unique to one country, but you'll find it's served in most Southern African country. I'm talking about stump mealies or stump mealies and beans, otherwise known as creamy corn. So to start off, I am going to work with this Iwisa #1 brand, and it's actually the parboiled quick soak samp, and it's quite different from the original version because the original version I find you have to soak it overnight, but this one you can just soak it for a few hours, it's fine. So guys, I'll be using about 3 to 3.5 measuring cups of samp, and from here I'm just going to wash it off, and I'm actually going to do that twice before I pick out the little bits. Usually you'll find small bits that are not good to cook with, so you'll need to pick out those bits, and you're actually going to see once I start running water through, they are going to come on top of the water, and those ones you need to pick out before you continue. So if this is your first time coming to my channel, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for coming through. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you. And for everybody else who has been standing by me for all this time and honestly supporting me from the bottom of your hearts, I appreciate you, and you guys are just so amazing, and you make part of this wonderful family. We are besties. Yep, so there you go. You just need to give this a quick rinse, guys, and you want to be sure that you're just doing the right thing. Make sure that you clean it and wash it until your water runs clear. So in this way you've removed all the starch, and as you can see, doesn't it look a bit clearer? So you just head on and you keep massaging it, and now you can see it's so clean. So if you see there's anything stuck in that you still need to remove, you go out and you pick it, and voila. So we are ready to head over to the cooking process. So guys, the second part of the dish is to prepare my hearty chicken necks. Yes, and for this I'm going to use the Real Good brand. So I am going to infuse my oil with mustard seed, and I'm going to use Raja curry powder, the mild and hot one. So I put it in there and then I mix. So guys, just be sure that when you do this, you do it on a very low flame or heat so you do not burn the spices. And then from here we add our cleaned chicken necks. So let's just add it to the pan, and here we go. And we are going to continue stirring up in the pot. Mix. We want to make sure that every drop of the chicken neck is covered in those spices. Just look at this, guys. The color is so vibrant and beautiful, and it already looks good to eat. I'm just kidding, guys. So from here we're just gonna continue like mixing it until the flavor is developed into the pieces, and then you're going to add your diced white onion and continue mixing until the onions are incorporated into the meat, and you're gonna close with a lid and continue cooking on a very low heat. So guys, just take note that I'm not using any water. Any water that you'll be seeing in this pan will be as a result of putting the lid over the pot, and you add your 2 tablespoons of salt, and you still continue mixing. So heading over to the samp, we are going to need a very deep and wide pot for this, and you're going to pour in your clean samp and pour boiling water over it, and you're going to make sure that the whole samp is covered under water, and you're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of salt. You know, samp is very bland, guys, so you need to develop the flavor in it. So I'm going to start off with salt, but I'm still going to add flavor later, and then you're going to stir it up a little bit and then close it with a lid. Just leave a little bit of space, because usually what the samp does, it will be boiling over, and you don't want that. So while you're at it, head over to your chicken necks and just check up on them. Be sure to keep stirring them occasionally, and as you can see, they are not yet done. So guys, at this point I feel like I'm just running from one pot to the next, but anyway, it's a cooking motivation. So to the samp, you've seen the water level has reduced, so just add about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. The recommended cooking time is 1 hour to 1.5 hours. And so whenever you see that there is a reduction in the water content, you keep adding boiled water. Please, just a quick reminder, do not add cold water to anything that's cooking or boiling. It reduces the temperature in the pot and also reduces the cooking time, because now the pot needs to reheat up again to start boiling whatever was cooking before that. We are halfway past the cooking mark, and we want to develop more flavor in our samp, and I just used about 1.5 tablespoons of packet soup, and this is the Knorr Mindstone flavor. And to be honest, I just dabbed a little bit in the pot. I didn't need to measure, because you know, when you're used to cooking, and you know, this is how my mother and grandmother taught me, you just do that. But for the sake of you guys, I am going to include the whole recipe and ingredients in the description box as usual, so be sure to check it out. Heading over to the chicken neck pot, I'm going to add my blended tomatoes. These tomatoes are blended with garlic and ginger, and I'm just going to stir it up a bit. As you can see, it's almost done. The color is nice and popping, but I still want it to cook further, because you know, the tomatoes are raw and they still need to cook. So heading over to the samp pot. So guys, the samp is a little bit thick for my liking. Even though it's a bit creamy, I still want to make it more creamier, and to this I'm going to add 1/2 cup of fresh cream and just continue stirring it. And yeah, so you can already see it's starting to, you know, smoothen up, and it's no longer thick, because you guys, when you finish cooking your samp and it cools down, it is going to thicken. So this is the consistency you want. Just stir it up a bit, and at this point your samp is done. So remove it from the heat, and we continue over to the chicken neck pot. So this is it, guys. You can see the stew is done, because the oil has floated to the top, and it's having a nice kind of popping color. And you really don't want to have a lot of sauce with this. At least I don't like having it with a lot of sauce. And just another close-up, you can see that it's looking so nice and delicious. Just want to start eating this already. So we're not done. We continue to plating, and just look at that. Just adore this. So yummy already. So anyway, let me not get carried away, guys. We are going to add your sauce on top of your creamy samp, and your chicken necks. And there we go. So I prefer plating up like this, you know, very nice and simple without any garnish. But if you want to go an extra mile and garnish it, you can garnish it with any garnish of your liking. And you can see this is looking so delicious. Okay guys, we came to the end of the video, and I'll just like to give you a massive shout out to everybody who's made it today. I appreciate you, and if you like what you saw, give this video a massive thumbs up. And till we meet again, bye besties.